Hey, my name is Kayden Muller-Janssen. I am a singer and actress, and I'm known for my role as Hartley in The Villains of Valley View, and you are watching FaceTime with Todd Wharton.
On an unknown island, two unknowns come together to fight for survival. But that survival comes with a cost.
Well, regardless, I would rather take my chance out there on the ocean than to stay here and die on this shithole island, spending the rest of my life talking to a goddamn volleyball!
Question is, was the rope tight enough, or was it loose on purpose?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Wilson, the murder trials. If you think this is a real trailer, then you're an idiot.
Wilson! We'll be right back with Kayden Muller-Janssen. Wilson! Welcome back to the show, everyone. So my guest tonight is a singer and songwriter, but you can also check her out in the role as Hartley on Villains of Valley View that you could stream right now on Disney+. But you know what? Let's take a look at a clip.
Who's ready for family movie night?
This is what ordinary families do.
Ugh, ordinary? How do we do ordinary? We're a family of supervillains.
Amy, what the?
What?
Let's try this again. We're the Maddens, a normal family that just moved into the neighborhood. Amy, stop it.
Remind me where you're from again.
Toronto.
Normal? Yeah, no. Jake has super strength.
Pretty sweet, huh?
Our mom controls electricity.
Our dad's a mad scientist.
And our little brother Colby is a towel. No, wait, a dog. No, wait, a sweater.
Yeah, we have some super secrets.
Like we're hiding out from supers.
And supervillains.
Yeah, I made them really mad.
And normies, too.
And our neighbor Hartley. We think she might know what's going on.
How are my favorite supervillains?
Yeah, I totally know what's going on. I mean, they have a secret lair in my grandma's basement.
Well, that's a red flag.
The Villains of Valley View premiere event Friday, June 3rd on Disney Channel.
And you thought your neighbors were bad.
Please welcome to the show, Kayden Muller-Janssen. Kayden, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. You know, it is a nice, warm day in Florida. How about yourself?
It is a nice, hot, and extremely humid day in New York City. So I'm inside the AC right now. I'm actually wearing long sleeves because I'm kind of cold, but this is the way I like it. This is the way it should be. Relaxed, warm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You didn't cut me off.
I am in a tank top and outside in the warm, nice. I mean, it is humid too, but it's very nice outside right now. It's kind of cool. So
I know. I see you're in the backyard on the patio, living it up. Where's your margarita? Can we have some margaritas right now? Can we do a little something?
Virgin margaritas, yes, completely.
True. I got you.
What's next year? Next year, don't you worry. In May.
Next year.
My first.
That's right, guys. I'm hosting Kayden's 21-year-old party, red carpet. It's going to be awesome. We're going to bring the celebrities. We're going to have a great time. Announcement.
Yes. A space cowgirl themed 21st birthday. That was my plan. I've had this planned. It's going to happen. I would love if you would do that.
Yeah, we're gonna set that up. Watch. I'm gonna speak to Jihan and be like, whatever you guys got to do, bring my crew out. We're gonna rock out this party. We're gonna have a good time. But let me tell you something. I did a lot of research on you, and you actually grew up in an area, in a sport that I've only done once, and I fell off and hurt my ass. And you grew up on a.
I love that.
You grew up on an equestrian farm, which is so cool. Like, I don't think people realize that you're growing up on a farm where people train, they adopt, they bred racing horses. And please tell me about that. That's got to be one of those dreams that every kid would just love to kind of do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I was blessed enough to, be born into a family of straight horse trainers and horse riders. I mean, all of my siblings, my older sister, Clendy, both of my two younger siblings, Yannick Janssen and Ava Aiden, they're all compete professionally with horses. My two younger siblings are jumpers, while my mother and my father and my sister are actually dressage riders, which is not a lot of people know what dressage is, which is actually how do you explain this? Most of the time we say that it's like the horses are dancing to music. They're like very elegant and do all these like different moves. And, you know, I mean, it's, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I've always had a deep connection with animals growing up, and especially working with horses. It's amazing. They're like these huge, majestic creatures that probably like have the power to kill you in a second, but they are such gentle giants. Like my pony Haley is like my best friend. She's almost like human to me, because it's just like the connection that you can grow with these horses is just almost the same way you'd form relationships with people. And, you know, they're amazing. I mean, I used to go on 5-hour trail rides. Me and my friends were crazy when it came to riding horses growing up. We actually went all the way from my house, and I didn't tell my mom, by the way. I was like 15 or 16. And, well, she knows now, but I didn't tell my mom, so we would have gotten in a lot of trouble at that time. And we went all the way to McDonald's from our neighborhood on our horses to McDonald's, went through the drive-thru, and the people were like feeding our horses apples. And like I ate my little snack wrap, got back on our horse, and we rode all the way home. And I mean, I'm so happy I got to have that experience when I was a kid, because for sure when you get older and you're a lot more prone to breaking bones and stuff, that's definitely not something you could do. But yeah,
you got to do a promo. You got to call McDonald's and do a promo like McDonald's 20-piece chicken McNugget. It's worth the try.
Right? Oh my God, I should be like the Kayden meal, like the Travis Scott meal. And the other one, the sweetie meal. Oh my gosh, yeah. No, McDonald's was like, I loved McDonald's when I was a kid. I mean,
yeah, I love McDonald's too. And I'm kind of jealous because you said you really had a kinship with your horse where it trotted and danced. Yeah, the horse I was on pretty much donkey kicked me right off. And there was no connection. It was more like a disconnection, because I flew disconnected about 20 feet. And I just looked at this horse. I'm like, really, bro? I'm in Jamaica trying to have a good time, and this is the love you show me? Was it because I drank your Red Stripe? Was that what it was? It was just horrible.
Oh my gosh. I will say that like a lot of horses, like especially like that, like touring horses, like trail horses that you can rent out for a few hours, it's like the people that usually own them, especially in other countries, there's like a few different things. Sometimes they're not taken care of really well. So like they tend to like maybe sometimes not feel good, and they tend to like throw people off. And like that's when you hear like the horror stories of like people falling off and the horse like taking off and they like broke their arm. But I mean, a lot of the time it's just there are just some horses that are untrainable. I mean, and sometimes they don't care in foreign countries like that. They'll just put you on a horse and be like, oh yeah, you're good. And then 20 minutes later you fall off and break your arm, and they're like, it'll heal. But you know, there are horses that are a little bit more wild. But I will say the horses that we have at our facility are a little bit better trained, but it's also because they get training constantly every week, and they're around humans all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, let me tell you something, man. I love how you have great supportive parents growing up. You grew up on a great area. You know, I believe it was Palm Beach County, Wilmington, right? In Florida. Wellington in Florida. But you obviously found your niche when you were a kid. And it's where a lot of kids find their niche, except a lot of kids don't pursue their passion. They make it more of a hobby. But I agree, when I was reading your bio and everything, yeah, I think what set it off, because it's an amazing song. I mean, you listen to Christina Aguilera, your sister CD, right, from Mulan, and talk about a voice to listen to. Christina Aguilera, to me, is right up there. And now, because people didn't know until they actually heard her sing, Lady Gaga, who can sing off. And
she's amazing.
Right?
Amazing.
And nobody knew that, because when a lot of these artists first come out as pop, like you're doing R&B pop right now, and that's why I wanted to swing into it. But as you grow and your voice grows, people are going to be like, damn, Kayden can bust out a pipe. And by the way, you know who you remind me of? Just the way I was talking to you offline, a huge compliment. You have an aura about you like Alicia Keys.
Thank you. A lot of people say that to me for some reason. They say I look like her, and I give off the energy of her. I will take that as a compliment, because Alicia Keys, you know, Christina Aguilera, Etta James, Whitney Houston, Amy Winehouse, like all these big, like strong powerhouse women were the ones who really inspired me and pushed me to really like believe that I could do something like that, especially like some of them are women of color as well, you know, and seeing them being as big as they are and just having these voices that just give you chills are just like, I just wanted to be that. That's literally when I was a kid, after hearing them sing and just copying like their tones and trying to teach myself how to sing. They made me fall in love with music.
Yeah. I mean, these are great artists. I mean, even the Britney thing, and these are amazing artists to follow and actually learn from, because you're naming a lot of artists that went through a lot of trials and tribulations. So, I mean, the way you write your lyrics, because I was listening to some of your lyrics, you also have this Mary J. Blige thing vibe about you, because you write about a lot of heartache that you've gone through. Because I believe when you were a kid, I think it was in middle school, you were talking about you were bullied a lot, and you turned to music as a sanctuary to get you out of that. Tell us a little about that. And the reason why I want to talk about that, because your music is very inspiring, you're very talented, but there are a lot of kids out there that are going on cyberbullying, which is worse than the bullying that we grew up with, right? So tell us how music really helped you get through school and how it launched your career to this day.
Yeah, so when I was in middle school, you know, it was actually really funny because I was getting really bad, like made fun of because I hadn't hit puberty yet, actually. And, you know, I was very young and I loved to wear like really big, bright bows, and they'd make fun of me because I had a really high pitched voice. Like I wanted to be a singer and an actress. And, you know, I didn't have boobies like the other girls and a nice body. I literally
Me neither.
I probably didn't hit puberty till I was like 18. So, but like this was happening in middle school. And at the time, you know, not that I was very innocent. Oh, I don't know if it's really loud. It's a helicopter.
Oh, I thought they were coming for me. I'm like, wait.
They're coming for me. I gotta go. No, I'm kidding. Oh, wait.
Let me change I'm going to change the background. What is, oh, that's you, right? I'm going to change the background and be like, I'm going to Puerto Rico.
I'm so dead. I'm like, oh my gosh, sorry. I didn't want that the cut with the audio, but it was actually our local like news station taking like videos or whatever.
They're like, wait, are you on FaceTime with Todd Wharton right now? Get a shot of that.
Yeah, it's like, come down here, come land here, check it out. No. Okay, what was the last thing I said?
That's it.
It was I wasn't innocent, but I just didn't understand. You know, I was always very kind and bubbly and a positive kid. So when I received a lot of this, you know, negative backlash from a lot of kids my age, I didn't know how to comprehend what was happening or how to feel. I couldn't really, I couldn't understand why they were doing that and what was going on. And I ended up having pretty much no friends at that school, to the point that I was going to the guidance counselor every single day and going to the principal, trying to tell them like what these kids were doing to me. And nobody would listen. Nobody, like at all. It was as if nobody believed me. And it hurt me so bad. I sat in my room for hours. I went through like a really bad depression phase in middle school, and I think music really saved my life, honestly, because it just brought me out of this dark hole. And I listened to these songs and listened to these like male artists, female artists, all sorts of artists that, you know, these songs that really spoke to me and that I could relate to it. And, you know, I just started learning those songs and singing them, and the feeling that I would also get while like singing these songs, which just was so freeing. So then when I found out, like, okay, well, now I can sing, I can also come up with melodies. I took a notebook and I started writing down how I felt and turned those lyrics into melodies and just sang my heart out. And even a lot of the songs that are actually going to be coming out in my EP are even songs that I wrote in middle school and how I was feeling during those times. So I'm really excited that after all these years, I finally get to share that with people. Because some of those songs got me through a really tough time, and I'm beyond grateful that I got blessed with this voice and am able to write these songs and share it with others. Because without music, I'd be lost right now.
Yeah, and you want to know something? A lot of people, I think the majority of the world turns to music for any emotion. When you're feeling down, you listen to a sad song. When you want to get upbeat, you listen to an upbeat song. But then sometimes somebody like you finds their passion through what they've been listening to all their lives. And I think it's crazy how you cited Etta James. I'm like, what? This girl knows Etta. What?
Yeah, Nina Simone and Etta James are big ones for me, just because my grandma, she'd always be singing around the house. It was most of the time Dutch songs, but I always remember she'd always sing like At Last and like Feeling Good. And those were the songs that, like, I really just like, I loved since I was a kid. Those are songs that I could like always play at like karaoke and just like, you know, go free, because it was just something, you know, my grandma, you know, showed me a lot of like even other old soul songs. They're actually on a CD. They're in a CD in my room, and I still have the same radio when I was a kid, like those ones with the handles.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the artist names. I just know the songs because it was my grandmother's, and that they're filled with like soul, jazz kind of music, and that definitely influenced my passion for music as well. Definitely that old soul kind of feeling. So,
and you know, it's great. Somebody like you who's popping right now. Imagine if you could take some of that music, that old vibe, and put it into a new vision. It would help people realize what that great music was before all the, you know, all the sound studios and stuff dubbed and all that, and makes it so much better. Now, I did listen to, before your EPs that came out, I think it was called You're Just a Boy. So I watched the video. I'm like, damn, man, she's really rejecting somebody here right now. And but let me tell you something, you know, somebody's gonna be watching this right now like, damn, man, they're bringing my name up again. This is some BS, man. Can't you just get over it? Stop making money off my name.
It sounds so bad because, you know, I was talking to my manager and I was like, John, I did not really realize that like a lot of the songs that I write are really like about either heartbreak or like a boy or like a girl, because like there are certain situations where I'll talk as if it's like a boy, but like sometimes it is even a girl, like, you know what I mean, like just kind of out there. And it's just really funny because I was telling him, I was like, maybe I should like write a song that's like not either about heartbreak or about like a relationship. Maybe I should write like a happy song. And then I try to like write a happy song, but just for me, writing comes so much more easier to me when I'm feeling really passionate about something. Like as I said before, music is a way for me to vent how I'm feeling it and about certain situations. And sometimes I even find myself having writer's block when I don't have a lot of a lot of craziness going on in my life. Cause I'm like, oh, like, I mean, of course there's always things you can write about, but especially like when you have that fuel, like that fire burning in you and you just want to get it out. Sometimes like those are some of the best songs that you'll make, in my opinion.
Yeah, never change your focus on how you write. I mean, you just dropped a single, I believe, in June. It was called No Maybe. Really great song. I don't think I saw the video from that. Are you going to come out with the video, or is there a video in the work for that?
So we actually haven't decided yet. No Maybe is one of the first songs I've ever made, like ever recorded in the studio. It was even before Kiss Kiss Baby. I made No Maybe, then Kiss Kiss Baby. And that song we've kind of just had sitting because it's, to me, it's like very soulful. Like it has a little bit of pop, but it's still very like soul-y kind of R&B to me. So that song, I'm still deciding whether or not I want to make a music video or lyric video to it, because I just want to make it amazing, if that makes sense, and very special since it is the first song. I'd want to make a lyric video or a music video that really goes with the song and perfectly complements it, if that makes sense.
No, it 100% makes sense. And to let your fans know out there, if they haven't seen it yet, already speaking to your publicist, when this interview concludes, we're going to play your video, Crave, here on FaceTime with Todd Wharton, so everybody can watch it and see all the hard work that he put into it. I think it's a great video. R&B, pop, soul, like you have so much energy going into music, and keep it up, because I definitely see a separate career for you when it comes to music. Congrats on that, seriously. And just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the passion. Keep writing the way you write. Don't write for anybody else. And that is what people are going to resonate to. When you start writing for other people to make music, to make money, no. Listen, Beyonce writes the way she writes, and she don't give a crap. And look at her today. Lauryn Hills and all that. Keep focus on that, because remember, like you said, as a colored woman, you still are representing, you know, that race, even though we're the human race. So there is a little bit of an obligation. Keep the focus on you and don't try to impress anybody else. And that's what people are going to be impressed about, you know. So
the only person I need to impress is myself. I mean, I've always said my only competition is in the mirror. You know, the music industry and the entertainment industry in general is very competitive. A lot of people are head to head. But the thing is I find that a lot of people who concentrate too hard on what others want from them and what, like, you know what I mean? Like what others want from them or what others have to say about them is when you get lost in that mess and you're not staying authentic and true to yourself. And one thing I always want my audience and my fans to know is that I'm never going to change for anybody. I will always stay my authentic self, because that is somebody who I want to see if they were in my shoes. You know what I mean? If they were on the Disney Channel, I wouldn't want them to change just because all these people are saying something else. Do you know what I mean? And even in my music as well, like the message is just always stay true to yourself, no matter what people have to say to you. Because I'm sorry, like after going through all that stuff in middle school and a little bit through high school, I found myself changing myself for others so they'd like me more, so I'd be accepted. And then I got to this age where I was just like, that doesn't matter. I'm not happy with myself faking being this person. I want to stay true to myself and do the things that make me happy. And once I did that, it's like such a good, freeing, positive feeling. And I feel like a lot of people, especially with social media, you know, really get wrapped up in that stuff. So my message to anybody is just stay true to yourself, no matter what others have to say, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you happy as a person, not anybody else.
You want to know something? There's a song title, Stay True to Yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know?
that is
I mean,
true.
you could do that, or, you know, or do something where, listen, your music kind of exploded off being bullied, so you can entitle something like, hey, thank you for the inspiration.
It could be a new album name. Who knows?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now being a red carpet, like, you know, that was a great album that you came out with. Where did you get that name? And please tell the truth to my fans.
FaceTime with Todd Wharton.
yes, exactly. So we're gonna get back to that in a little bit. We'll talk more about now. By the way, the Crave came out. Hold on, because I memorized this thing. July 22nd, Crave just came out. Correct? Do I have that right? July 22nd, it just came out.
Yeah.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I have no clue either. I'm gonna be so honest. That sounds so bad. All I know is that it came out on a Friday. And I don't remember what day that is. That sounds so bad.
I think that's it. Wait. So the bell just rang. What was that?
Don't tell me manager. Don't tell me manager.
I won't tell. All right. So guys, I'm telling you, I believe it came out July 22nd. Definitely get this EP. The other EP came out June 10th. I got a good memory, so she don't need to know. She just got to keep coming out with good songs. Now we're gonna go into something else. The Villains of Valley View, and huge congratulations on that, because people know me. I love interviewing Disney people, and great show, by the way. I got to watch a few episodes, and at first I thought you were going to be one of the villains, but you actually have a really better role, because sometimes playing a villain's great, but you actually play the daughter of a landlord. And that's how we meet you when you first come in. You just come in, and at first your face is like, who is this crazy ass people that my mom's paying rent for? Did you love the role when they sent this to you? Like, were you like, this is a role I need to play? This is great.
So, okay, I'm going to be so honest with you, because I don't lie. When I first got the role, this was, I believe, I just turned 9. No. I was 18 turning 19.
I thought you said 9. I'm like, what?
No.
What's in the water in Florida?
and it was at a time where I was slowly kind of growing out of that time of auditioning for Nick and Disney, since, you know, right now their audience was a little bit more on the younger side. But now with this, you know, show, they are they're trying to do it to a more of a larger audience, but I didn't know that at the time. So when I got the audition, of course I loved the role. I mean, Hartley's amazing. And I immediately connected with her because I knew she reminds me a lot of like my younger self, the bubbly kindness, always willing to go out of her way to help other people. But I didn't think that Disney would book me because at the time I was turning 19. I was so much older. I was like, Disney's not going to want me. I've auditioned for them since I was like 13. Like, there's no way that this is going to happen. And then I was on the phone with my acting manager and they were like, Kayden, just do the audition. Just get it done. Do your best job. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's like the worst thing that can happen. I was like, fine, okay. It's just hard because, like, you know, I've auditioned for so many Disney projects and gotten so close, and they always ended up going with the other person. So I just didn't want to, like, I was a little scared of that disappointment again. You know what I mean? So, you know, I did the audition. A few days later, I got a callback chemistry read with my castmate Izzy, and then about a week and a half after that I booked the job, and it was like a dream come true. It all happened so fast and I didn't expect it. But I will say at first, no, I didn't think that like I was gonna get the role, but I did connect with Hartley. I will say that.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a lot longer than it needed to be.
No, I love that. I love it. I'm gonna tell you right now, when I first saw you act, and now that I'm seeing you now, you honestly could pass, and I think it would be a great role as one of the lady Asgardians in Thor, the ones that ride the horses. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I don't screech, but I love Marvel. I literally love anything Marvel. Like, put me in it. I don't care. Yeah. I'll play the girlfriend. I don't care what it is. But
I think it would be perfect for you because you grew up on an equestrian farm. I forgot what they're called. The lady Asgardians, the one that was in the third one, Ragnarok, because she has the same look as you do. I could see you on one of those flying horses, just kicking some ass. That would be, and you want to know something? The reason why your audience is getting older now is because when Disney, ABC, and everybody acquired Marvel and Star Wars, that brought in that huge plethora of 80-year-olds, right? 70-year-olds. So when we're on Disney Plus scrolling through Marvel, we see Villains of Valley View, right? We see Trevor the Musical, and we'll click on it and we'll watch. And a lot of adults won't admit they will watch a lot of those shows. Like I just met some of the people from Encanto, and then I got intrigued. I watched the show and the movie, and that's why your career is going to excel, because you're able now through streaming is to hit the younger audience of Disney, but also relate to the older audience, because at the end of the day, we're all kids, no matter how old we get. We may not want to admit it, but it's shows like yours that bring us back to Saved by the Bell and everything else like that. And that's what people love. And I think it's awesome. Come on, guys. Disney Thor. That's what I want to write.
I've literally, in every single interview that anybody's ever asked me what my dream role is, I was like, literally anything Marvel. Literally anything Marvel, or the live action Princess Tiana, Princess of the Frog. Any of those, who favorite roles. I don't care. Put me in it, please.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
But I was actually gonna say something before that, but now I completely brain farted.
So we were talking about Marvel. We were talking about horses. We were talking about how you love Marvel, how you going into that. And I'm not helping right now.
I'm like trying to think. There's one other thing I want to say, but it's okay. It's okay. If anything, right. If I remember, I'll mention it later. But yeah, no, Disney, just put me in a Marvel movie, please.
Just put her in. I'm recommending it. I got some power. I'm recommending it. Now swinging back. Well, not swinging back. You know what? Let's keep it on this thing. Now that you work with Disney, I'm sure you get a lot of people asking, you know, about your cast, but do you love this role? Like, do you love being a part of the Villains of Valley View? Like, I know you didn't think you'd be a part of something like this. Can you see this going for a while now? Because I love the storyline. I think it's cool how villains are trying to live in a regular town. It kind of reminds me of a Third Rock from Sun, but on a different landscape, I guess you can call it. Like, I don't know if you ever watched Third Rock.
Universe, maybe.
Yeah, you know, like coming down. The camaraderie of your cast is awesome. And I think if they keep the writers the way they write the stories and the way you guys portray it, do you guys have any influence on the characters when they bring it to the table at a read?
When it came to my character, I really just kind of pulled from my past self when it came to playing Hartley. But I know that a lot of my other, castmates did have certain actors that, that they looked up to that inspired their roles. Like, for instance, Izzy, or Isabella Papas, who plays Amy, the lead, she was watching like a lot of Wizards of Waverly Place. Like Alex Russo's kind of personality is a lot like Amy's, extremely a lot like Amy's. And I think it definitely was inspired by that too. I mean, even when you read the script, the way that the lines are written just so gives off the feeling of like kind of an Alex Russo kind of like snapback, but like she's still kind of nice, but has this little bit of a bite to it. Like, don't mess with me.
Exactly.
But like Reed, who plays Jake, the brother, I remember he was talking to me, and I don't remember what specific actor he was talking about, but yeah, I feel like everybody really pulls from somewhere, depending on if they're inspired by a certain actor or a certain person, a certain character, made up character. But when it came to, Hartley and me, I really just pulled from my younger self. But when we're all working together during the table reads, I mean, we all feel like a real family. We're all super close. We absolutely love this show and love working together. The only thing I will say is that, when you work with somebody for so long, we were working together almost every single week. Like, we had 3 weeks that we were rehearsing and like shooting 5 days of the week. And then we'd have 1 week off to like relax, have our time away. But, like, you're doing that for 8 months around the same people every day. It was like, it got not tiring. It's not that you're getting annoyed of each other, but it's like sometimes you knew that you needed to distance yourself a little bit and have that time like yourself, because we were shooting for so long. But honestly, I will say that every single person on that set, from cast all the way to crew, was so supportive, so kind, and I learned so much. I mean, I was green to the industry. I'd never really worked on a set before, except once when I did like an extra role for an episode, and they really just all put me under their wing, and I'd ask questions about anything and they'd all give me answers, and even would let me try it out sometimes, like whether it was like the little slapper thing or holding the microphone or playing with the camera. Like, everybody taught me so much. And I really hope that we get a season 2 and many more seasons after that, because the positivity and the kindness on this set is, a lot of people on there were even being like, I've never worked on a set like this before, where everybody's so nice and so positive. And for 8 straight months, nothing went wrong. Literally, we were all so nice and had such a fun time. So I really hope that, we keep going and keep shooting this show, because it's so much fun. And I know that a lot of the audience loves it as well.
Yeah, they do. I think you are. I think it's a lot easier now to get a season 2 and 3 on a streaming platform. Honestly, because there are a lot of shows out there that are great. ABC, NBC, great networks. The only issue is, unless you go back to it, is you can't watch it at a certain time. A lot of people work. With streaming now, that ABC and all of them have too, the advantage is, if I can't see it actually come out that day, let's say on a Wednesday or a Thursday, I could watch you on Saturday. And that's the advantage of these seasons, right? Mm-hmm. Where nobody misses a beat now. Everybody can actually watch the show. Now, speaking of watching a great show, I am sure people are like, hey, Kayden, are you going to be touring anytime? Do we have any, are we talking about, like, am I going to hear Crave live? Can I get some... Can I get an iPhone like shot at a concert with the lights blurring all over the place? Can we get some background? Can Kayden dance? Is Kayden a triple threat?
Kayden, I swear I can. I can dance. I promise. Yes. So we are talking about it. My personal plan that I would feel most comfortable doing when it would come to touring, whether it's the United States or the world, would definitely... I think I should come out with an album first and then be able to tour, because so like you have your album, you get to perform all the songs, but then also just because, I do have a few singles out, but I want to come out with a boom when I tour. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to be for an album, and concerts to me also need to be very, very planned ahead, just because, like, to me, if I were to tour and do it around the United States, I would need everything to be set up almost like a year, maybe 2 years prior, because I want to make my concerts fun for my audience and my fans. Like, I want to make it interactive. Like, so they're singing with me, or I bring up people on stage, or like I'm talking to them like in between scenes. Like, yeah, exactly, stuff like that. Because I remember like going to Justin Bieber concerts and like the Hannah Montana with the Jonas Brothers, like being interactive and like, you know, singing. I'd be like, come on, take it with me. Like, things like that just made me so excited to go to concerts and be there, because, you know, it's like you're not just watching them perform, you're there with them, you're performing the songs with them, and everybody is free and feel like they can be themselves in this area. So I would just absolutely love to tour someday, but I would want it to be perfect for my fans, and of course, like, for music and everything, and safety wise. I've heard a lot of like crazy things about, you know, concerts and touring and stuff. So I would love to. It just all needs to be planned out.
I'll be honest with you. I think you should maybe do 3 or 4 songs as an opener for somebody big, and work on your album during that tour to let fans get to know you as a singer. And that's what a lot of artists do. They'll open for somebody, do 3, 4, maybe 5 songs, let them get to know who you are as a singer. And then when you become that popularity, because you're taking fans from the artist you're performing under. And then the next thing you do is you take off on your own tour, because now you've proven you can do your own show.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to do that. I mean, I would need to talk to my manager and see like what artists, because I mean,
we'll call Alicia Keys, you know, I'm sure she'll take it.
Yeah, totally.
We'll call Lauryn Hill. We'll call Lauryn Hill, call Lady Gaga. Be like, yeah, we'll take her on. Or, you know, screw it. Why don't we just have Disney get all the artists that are actresses that are also singers and do like a Disney R&B and pop tour?
So that's so funny you say that, because I'm actually in the works right now. Nothing's 100%, but I'm in the works with my team and Disney right now, talking about maybe doing a performance, like a little concert performance thing at Disney World, with like at those amphitheaters that they have, and who knows, like maybe perform some of my songs, maybe bring my castmate on set, because there may be a time sometime throughout this show where some music may be involved.
Yes, so, I think it's the song Crave, right? We're going to be playing. Is that what we're playing later?
We
maybe later.
That part's for my side, but when it comes to the show,
yes,
there may be just a little bit of music in there. Just
all right, so we're getting a little tease. We're getting a little tease right now. I'm exclusive on FaceTime. We got you.
I'm trying to tell you guys without getting in trouble with Disney. But
no, there's no one that. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about you're in talks. Nothing's written in stone. It's a great idea. I think your fans will love it. Disney, I think it would be awesome, because the best part about having stuff like that is it's like you said, it's entertainment, and that's what people look for. It's fun and entertainment. And damn, you got to perform in front of the Disney castle. That's what everybody would. That's one of those once in a lifetime things everybody loves to do. And I always tell people, listen, if I could do something in front of that castle where Stevie Wonder performed that Christmas song, that's all I'm thinking about.
I would literally cry.
Who's calling? Should we answer the phone?
I know. I was like, I'm so sorry. My friend was calling me. Hold on. I'm like,
okay.
I'm so sorry.
We're about to put her on the phone like FaceTime, be like, and she'll be like, wait, am I live right now? She'll be like, yeah. Put your towel on.
No, literally. I'm like, well, should I just text her right now and be like, I'm in an interview
right now. I'm doing an interview. I'm on this really cool guy.
Todd Wharton.
That's right. Well, I'm loving everything, Kayden. I'm loving everything that you're doing right now. I mean, guys, definitely go and download her EPs. You got Crave right now. You got No Maybe. Great music, R&B, pop, and soul. A little bit of jazz, little touch to that. I see some little EDM. I heard some of that music as well, which is dope. And definitely go on Disney Plus and check out The Villains of Valley View. Streaming right now, because I took a screenshot of it when it was on the big billboard thing on Disney Plus. So
the 10 new episodes just released. Was it yesterday? yesterday on Wednesday. Yes. So go check it out because episodes 6 through 10. 10 is the it's like the part 1 finale of our season, if that makes sense. So we still have 20 seasons altogether, but that was pretty much like the big first finale for the first half. So definitely go check it out on there.
Yes, definitely check it out. And Kayden, thank you for being a guest on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. It's been a lot of fun. And I can't wait to have you back. I think you're going to have a great future, seriously.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I had so much fun. I had a great time talking with you. I
talked to you forever.
Oh yeah. We've been talking for like almost an hour. Dang.
I know. High five on that. Well, we're going to talk soon and enjoy the weather out in Florida. And I can't wait to see you next on your next episode of Villains of Valley View right on Disney Plus. All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
So, Kayden, first and foremost, thanks for being a guest on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I really enjoyed this interview. It was such a pleasure speaking to you. And you know what? Congratulations on finding your passion and taking the negatives in your life, turning into a positive, to becoming a great R&B star. And I'm telling you guys, great R&B star, but also landing a role on the Villains of Valley View that's streaming right now on Disney Plus. I think you got a great career ahead of you because you being humble alone, I think a lot more people are going to love to work with you. But guys, don't go away because I'm about to show you the new video called Crave by my girl Kayden. Well, like I always say, until next time, if you're not living a passionate life, then whose life you living? Take care, guys. I'll see you soon and enjoy the video.
Seem to care, 'cause every time I see you, you're never really there. Baby, can you feel it? It's you that I crave, and every time I'm near you, the feelings that I face. Between the lines, you act like you don't see me. You don't see the signs. Love how you taste. Blah blah blah. Words are always melodies and memories can never be erased. Baby, you know what I crave, what I crave.
Interesting man in the world.
I'm not always on YouTube, but when I am, I make sure I'm subscribed to FaceTime with Todd Wharton. Be thirsty, my friends.